This video is about a custom order that I just finished for a nice lady here in the United States. Come along and watch as I make these. So we had the original one that the eyeglass parts had come undone, and she sent it to me and asked me to do this. And then once she got this and was able to use it, she asked for a second one for her sunglasses and a third one for standby. So I am honored to do this. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's exactly what we did not want to happen. Oh boy. It let loose on one side, but not the other. So we're actually going to have to rethread this whole thing. Alrighty. We got all the way done with the second one of these, and the loop didn't hold, so we need to rethread the whole thing. On the bright side, because I'm all about that bright side, all the measurements are already done. Sure, it seems like a drag to have to rebuild it, but I'd much rather rebuild it here instead of sending it to the customer and having it come apart on her. Two, three, four, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12. And we go through our buffer bead and our crimp. We'll leave the tail because we're going to thread that back through. Okay, a fresh needle. So that crimp seems secure, so that's good. Get the end of our line. These needles are pretty cool. They're flexible eye, and they're a very fine stiff wire that's coiled together there. And then when you put your thread in, when you pull it through your beads, that eye flattens right out. We have all the measurements because we completely made a whole one. and then the loop didn't hold. So we're just gonna restring it on the new setup. Okay, hold on. So what we have here is we have 2 inches of beads and a button. Okay, there we go, that's good. We've got a little tail of thread down here. We're going to tuck it inside these beads. A little bit easier to thread when you actually have a needle. Okay, So we're just going to measure that to make sure. It's actually about 3 beads short of 2 inches. Oh, and I know why. Because when we go under this button, we use 3 beads there. We'll start with a fresh button so I can show you how it goes. So we come up through the underside of the button and we pick up 3 beads. 1, 2, 3. We come back down inside the other hole. And then there's 3 beads, kind of got a little loose there. We're going to come back up inside the last 3 beads before the button, like so. This is actually a polymer clay tool, but a knitting needle will work for it also. I still want that little tail end inside those 3 beads. Okay, very good. So then you have 3 beads on top. You've come back through 3 beads, so this line appears continuous. Well, and it is continuous, but that's how you do that. Okay. So we'll get our next 2 inches. Yep, that's 2 inches. Come up through the underside of a button, pick up 3 beads, 1, 2, 3, back through the other side of the button, come back through the 3 beads under the button, good snug tug. Alrighty, and on to our next 2 inches. We'll make sure that it's 2 inches. Yep. Very good. Come up for the back side of the button. Pick up 3 beads. 1, 2, 3. Back in the front side of the button. Come pick up 3 beads. I'm holding these buttons. I'm holding these beads. Beads and buttons, getting them mixed up. Okay. And then our 2 inches of beads. No! Okay. How did I do that? I don't even know for sure. I much prefer to pick up beads from cloth, but they're so tiny it's hard to get them off the paper onto the cloth. So let's see if we can do it this way. See how much easier things are to pick up on this microfiber beading mat. Yep, perfect. Okay, so there's our 2 inches. Up through the back side of the bead, the button. Up through the back side of the button and pick up 3 beads. 1, 2, 3. Back through the front side of the button. Pick up 3 beads at the end. Make sure you're cinched up good. Wow, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 1 more of these to go. Okay, measure our beads. 2 inches. One, 2, 3, 4. So now we're going to come up through the back side of number 5. Pick up 1, 2, 3. Back through the front side of number 5. Go pick up the last 3. Okay. And then we'll have about 8 inches of just beads. It can be a challenge sometimes to keep straight which strand is which. I'll measure that to make sure it's still 8 inches. Yep, perfect. Okay. We don't want it to come loose. Alrighty. And we'll put on our jump ring tool. A couple of oval jump rings. I like the oval jumps because you can be sure that the opening is on the side, and so it's much less likely to pull apart. Pick up a jump ring that's already open. There. Okay. Pretty little mother of pearl buttons and black beads. Nice classic. Very nice. One for sunglasses, one for standby.